Teachers, what's the worst thing a kid brought for show and tell? In my school, some kid brought in his collection of laundry rocks, which were crumpled up pieces of paper that he put in his pockets, and when his mom did the laundry they would turn hard like rocks. He said he did it by accident once, liked it, and started deliberately putting crumpled paper in his pockets to make more. I imagine a lot of kids in your class made their own laundry rocks after that lol. Yeah, I can see this being really appealing to kids after being introduced like this. Kind of like when a classmate taught me to squirt Elmer's white glue onto the metal shelf of my desk before leaving for the day and then peeling it off the next morning. Only been teaching 1 year, but so far, mom's only set of car keys. Edit, thanks for the awards. We did call mom immediately, but unfortunately she was stuck at home all day until little one got home with the keys. This is the only one that's actually made me burst out laughing. How long did it take for the mom to realize? And how long did it take her to bike to the school? The teacher across the hall from me had a student who brought what he thought was a lucky rabbit foot to show to the class and excitedly announced he had enough for everyone in the class. The rabbit foot was a tampon. This is ducking hilarious. I'd like to think he saw the whole box of tampons and was like, wow, I'm gonna be so lucky. He was wearing one tied to his belt loop. I forgot about that part. Which was the style at the time. In the 3rd grade, a girl brought her mom's kidney stones in a pill bottle. What the fuck, my friend Travis did this in 2nd grade. What the fuck, I did this and my brother's name is Travis. What the fuck, I get kidney stones and my husband's name is Travis. What the fuck, I got a kidney from a guy named Travis Stone. What the fuck, kidney guy, Travis, I'm stoned. My brother found a scorpion in our house and captured it to bring for show and tell. The scorpion got out somehow and the teacher had everyone on high alert to look for it and capture it. Several children returned to the teacher having found the scorpion. That was the day we found out our school was infested with scorpions. Edit, for everyone asking, this was when we lived in Alabama. Asked my students to bring an object they loved. One kid brought his grandmother. That's just adorable. Plot twist, she was in a vase. No, she was very much alive. I think the question was, what's the worst thing a student has brought to show and tell? That was clearly one of the best. Adorable. I'm a preschool teacher in a state with legal weed. One of my students brought in a plastic tube the local dispensary uses for pre-rolled joints. He said he found it in his parents' room and he brought it because he liked the popping sound it made when he opened it. In his defense, it does make a satisfying popping noise. A nice popping noise in a joint, what else could you want? Now I'm thinking about my knees. Not a teacher, but when I was in 5th grade my friend brought a metal hip replacement piece from a human body. A human body that her father had cremated and kept. It was for a what would you like to be when you grow up? Sort of show and tell. She wanted to be a mortician like her dad. What's worse is that she allowed for this piece to be passed around the class before telling everyone, including the teacher, what it was. Chaos ensued afterwards. That's hilarious and awesome, haha. My dad is a physical therapist and has the knee replacement hardware from a patient that had several. He had to dissolve the bone/cement off of it from when he got it. I work at a hospital and there's this weird dude down the hall that stirs his coffee with some sort of piece from his knee replacement surgery, lol. Not a teacher, but one of the kids in my class brought a remote control helicopter to class and flew it around. It was super cool until he accidentally got the blades wrapped around a girl's hair. I think the nurse spent an hour getting it out. Ice won't get that stuff out. Gum gets out helicopters, and peanut butter gets out gum, mayo gets out peanut butter, and that's the last step. Smile. When I was a newborn baby, my sister convinced my mom to bring me to her 3rd grade show and tell and I barfed all over her. My brother made my mom bring me for show and tell after I was born. He then proceeded to tell the entire class that he helped her dig me up from a cabbage patch. The kids all believed him and the teacher was supposedly trying her hardest to not break out in hysterical laughter. Yes, I'm a 53 years old Cabbage Patch Kid. Went to school in a tiny town within eastern Colorado. Kid in my class drove his dad's combine to school for show and tell. Was in the 4th grade. Still find it crazy that nobody really cared that there was this big ass piece of farm equipment sitting on the front lawn all day. Was he held back? Or is 10 old enough to drive in CO? In many rural areas, big enough to reach the pedals is big enough to operate farm equipment. I was 8 years old when I started hauling hay wagons back and forth from farm to field. Vet. I was tilling and brush hogging before I could do long division. The day I got my license, I was sent off with a 30-foot trailer on a dump truck with a bum clutch and no power brakes to get 300 bales of hay. My best friend in grade school brought a huge hunting knife one day. He missed a week of school and my parents didn't let me hang out with him anymore after that. He ended up becoming an ump in MLB and always gave out tickets to his buddies. Thanks Mom and Dad. I like free tickets too. Edit, stop asking who it is. I'm not doxing my old friend from grade 4 who kept his shit together. Maybe because I grew up in the South and around folks hunting, but I don't see why your parents wouldn't let you hang out with him anymore for this. A hunting knife doesn't mean he's trouble. Edit, it's understandable that bringing the knife to school is bad and it would most likely be expelled here too, but I am surprised the parents would think a young kid non-violently possessing a hunting knife is a bad kid, because he most likely just thinks it's cool and has no ill intentions. It would be a different story if he had actually done something destructive or hurtful with it. My wife is a teacher in a major US city. One of her grade 4 students brought in a packet of his mom's cocaine to show the class during Drug Awareness Week. He got some visits from the principals and school counselor, maybe the men in blue. And the teachers get a great end-of-year party. Teachers party harder than coke. They have special teacher drugs they get high on. I brought 2 knives. My dad is from a region in France where they make famous knives, Loyola, and I own 2 of them. One made of horn and one was bright orange. It didn't cross my mind it could be a problem, but they called my parents, who weren't mad at me. My dad tells a story about when he brought his dad's bird hunting shotgun and ammo to school for show and tell. It was rather uneventful. My grandpa walked out to the bus with him and told the bus driver that he was taking it in for show and tell. Dad got to school, put the gun in his locker, and went and got it when it was time for show and tell. He put it back in his locker after the presentation, then took it home on the bus. Very different times. Thank you for listening to another B-Town Reddit Stories episode. Hit the subscribe button and check out our channel for more stories. Let us know your opinion about this topic in the comments.